Watem here, welcome back to Small Umineko When They Cry. This might be a mistake, I might cough too much. But oh well, let's continue.
これほどふさわしい駒はいないわ。私の分身たるエリカに魔女の最大の天敵ドラノール。私は2つのルークで今やセブンスランクを支配したわ。見せてもらうわよ、ラムダデルタ、そしてベアトリーチェ。あんたたちの無駄なあがきよね。
Rook's connected. I feel like we haven't had that yellow background before. Who? A cross with two keys? Interesting. The air shone brightly, and the piece Erica had guided there showed its form. That form resembled a clergy member, perfectly suited for confronting an evil witch. That's an interesting font there. Okay. Knox's 10 Commandments. Not tips, so it'll be characters, wouldn't it? Oh. Okay. Member of Eisenjungfrau, the 7th District Repentance Enforcement Agency of the Great Court of Heaven. Chief Inquisitor, ranked Archbishop First Class. I'm gonna guess the A's for Archbishop. Goes by the name Dlanor of the 10 Wedges, or Death Sentence Dlanor. She gets the name Death Sentence because though Inquisitors normally judge their targets to determine whether they deserve death penalty or not, Dlanor, as Chief Inquisitor, is only dispatched after a case has been vigorously inspected by the Great Court. Therefore, the very act of dispatching her is equivalent to a death sentence. Her father was a legendary Inquisitor, but he broke the rules and was executed. She was the one who interrogated and executed him. Since that time, she's stopped growing, okay? And both her body and mind remain eternally those of a young girl who executes people. Right. It is whispered that her heart also died at that moment. But she does not see it that way. Her primary weapons are conceptual arms, red key and blue key. They take the form of a long sword and a short sword. I think I'll be back in a couple of days to record this instead. So, yeah. Okay, it's a couple of days later and I'm no longer in the middle of a coughing fit. So, continuing. And yeah, Ronald A. Knox, for Ronald is backwards. Even though this space was like a bomb just waiting to go off, she introduced herself in a neat and frank manner. Her out-of-place appearance, completely different from those of the demons and witches, felt blatantly odd and had a kind of severity to it. I feel like it's for Knox's third law that, or third commandment, that no supernatural. So why is this Knox the supernatural side of things?
ゆえに初対面という気は全くせぬでな。こちらこそミス・ベアトリーチェ。アイゼルネ・ユングフラウはあなたについての詳細な資料を600ページにまとめました。
I have never heard of whatever that is before. One of the repentance enforcement agencies supervised by the Great Court of Heaven. Its area of jurisdiction is the 7th District, headed up by First-Class Archbishop Dlanor. It is made up of 7 Inquisitors and several Assistant Inquisitors. The unit is tasked with performing heresy interrogations, carrying out executions, and sometimes bestowing redemption. However, in almost all cases, the Great Court of Heaven considers sending them only after a preliminary interrogation has been conducted and a provisional guilty verdict obtained. They are no different than an execution squad in practice. Their spectacular achievements are great in number, and they are extremely well known even among the other agencies. Other famous enforcement agencies include the SSVD of the 8th District, whatever that means. It is rumored that the group's leader, Wizard Hunting Right, also known as the 20 Wedges, is even more powerful than Dlanor. Oh. I feel like Wright rings a bell not just for the Wright brothers. Oh, what's it called? The Ace Attorney I'm thinking of? Yeah, Phoenix Wright. Is that what it's making reference to? And yeah, I didn't actually. I thought I muted. No, I've disabled the button because of all the times where I've just not realised I've been muted. Anyway, I get the feeling that it might be talking about Phoenix Wright. Not 100% sure. I haven't played the game. Maybe it's talking about a different Wright. Or maybe they're both referencing the same Wright? I don't know. Anyway, continuing. Why is there either in that font? What?
地獄の書記官なら600ページを6文字でまとめてみせるわ。
Like, letters in letters that you send to people, or letters as in characters? If it's the ones that you send to people, is each letter perhaps 100 pages long? Just wondering. I'm going to guess that it's some kind of verbal tick maybe, because it seems to be the end of each sentence that it has the font.
近寄るな危険で6文字だ。
Oh. Is it perhaps 6 letters as in 6 Japanese characters or 6 kanji?
それは良きまとめです。
Oh, no, just the 6-letter word danger. Okay. Yeah, again, end of sentence.
帰還しましたら、あなたの資料を敬意を表して2文字を加え、8文字でまとめます。
Execute.
Okay, then.
キュートとは世辞が過ぎるぞ客人め。
それでは続けましょう。ミス・ベアトリーチェ、首席異端審問官ドラノール、謹んでお相手いたします。
わらわは初手を終えているぞ。そこのフルドエリカの青きくさびが抜けないならば、とぼとぼと展開に帰って。
And it doesn't matter, because we don't need to deal with blue.
いつもの退屈な反抗士の仕事を再開するとよい。
このくさびとやら頼みます。ベアトリーチェさん、この程度でチェックメイトのつもりらしいので。
Please, it would be a check at best from what I remember. I don't remember it. After making a show of tapping her finger on the blue wedge that pierced her, Erica shrugged as though taunting Beatrice.
ベアトリーチェ。
大丈夫。少しからかってやるだけだ。なに、いざとなったら金蔵の亡霊をひっつかんで好きに逃げ出す。この部屋からいつだってどこへだってわらわは自由自在よ。
無駄です。
ほう。
私に出会ったらそれが終焉です。逃しません。誰も逃げられない。
Interesting.
確かにお父様が突然目を覚ましてどこかへ行ってしまった可能性は否定できないわ。
でもね、それはありえないって断言できるのよ。なぜかわかる？
Please tell.
わかるわけもありません。
Is it going to be the same thing as before with having put like a receipt or something into the doorway?
あなたがこの扉の前で一晩中当主様が外へ出ないことを見張ってたとでも言うのですか？
You should know that to be false.
見張っていたわ。この子がね。
Huh?
聞いて慎んで申し上げる。
What? What nonsense is this?
この扉より出入ること叶わぬと知るべしと申し上げ立てまつる。英死体書斎扉の封鎖を命じる者なりよ。
What is this nonsense? The doors to heaven opened with a strong, unrelenting radiance like the sun's, announcing the arrival of Dlanor's underlings. Great, now we've got a whole bunch of new underlings that we have to keep track of. Those words were clad in red truth and cut off the witch's method of escape.
シエスタ410
はい
ここに
What?
シエスタ45ここに
What? Not seeing the Shesta sisters yet. Interesting.
大ベアトリーチェ卿ご無沙汰しております。同盟協定1516号および天海大法院の要請に基づき出動いたしました。以後のご無礼をお詫びします。書斎扉を照準封鎖したに
Okay then.
扉に近づかない方がいいと思いますね。
近景重ねて申し上げる。
So I guess maybe never mind on the whole bunch of new underlings to keep track of.
書斎扉は昨晩23時から現在まで一度たりとも開かれなかったこと重ねて申し上げ立てまつる。
何ですかその紙切れは。何の変哲もないレシートよ。
Yeah, so she did the same thing again. From the description we got, it doesn't seem like she would have actually been able to. And no one else actually mentioned noticing the paper when they opened the door.
でもね、このただの紙切れがあんたの嘘を立証しちゃうのよ。
It alleges that you lied. There is definitely no certainty about it.
エヴァは昨べあんたが書斎から出てきた時、隙を見て書斎の扉の隙間にレシートを挟んどったんや。
They were specifically working so Natsu and Kraus are specifically working to keep Eva from being able to get to the door. So, and by the time she was able to, the door had already been closed. So that doesn't seem quite right.
そしてそれは今ルドルフ君が扉を開けてくれた時に落ちたんや。
Does anyone else corroborate that? Because otherwise it might just be a false claim by both Eva and Hideyoshi planned beforehand.
どういう意味かわかる？つまり昨夜の23時から現在までお父様がこの扉を開けたということはありえないということ。
And also, you know, he could have opened the door, seen it, and gone, huh, interesting. Let me put that back into the door. It does not prove anything. It's not that he couldn't possibly have opened this door. It is Frankly, it doesn't give any certainty anyway at all. It doesn't tell us anything.
なんだって。
ルドルフ、窓の鍵は閉まっていたのよね。
But does Rudolph confirm
だからガラスを破ったんだ。
that it fell down from the door?
他の窓も全て施錠されているわ。構造上外から閉めることはできない。
金系慎んで申し上げる。
And even if Kirei was to corroborate that the where was she? I forget who was outside. I don't think it was Kirei, but yeah, even if Kirei corroborates that it fell from the door, unless we have someone from both perspectives confirming it, it could very easily just be a ploy from one side, planned out in advance.
窓は全て施錠されていたと知りたてまつれ。
衛士隊よ、全ての窓を封鎖したまえ。アイゼルネ・ユングフラウの名において衛士隊に禁止兵器使用の許可を与えるものなり。
了解であります。全隊禁止兵器赤色弾頭使用許可。起動コード転送開始。
That being said, we do know that Kinzo is dead and not actually in the room, but their statements aren't necessarily logically a true fact either. They aren't a tautology, is that the right term? It isn't required to be true.
おにゃ、パスが通らないに。410、キャプスロックを解除してもう一度。
シエスタ隊は書斎扉並びに全窓を小銃封鎖完了。物理概念他一切の通過が認められた場合、無警告で射撃することを大ベアトリーチェ卿に警告するであります。
大天使衛星4機よりデータリンク。誘導方式氷結型概念誘導。しかも赤色弾頭ときたに撃墜不能、回避不能、生存不能。ベアトリーチェ卿でもコッパみじんに。
I don't have anything to comment on in this section. The Siesta squad had laid down a pinpoint blockade over the door and all the windows. Escape would no longer be permitted through any of these.
これはわらわが歓迎するはずがされているのはわらわではないか。シエスタ姉妹まで引き連れての表敬訪問とは恐れ入る。
金系退路遮断を完了したこと慎んで申し上げたてまつる。上司ドラノール、今こそ罪を断ちて清めたまえ。
ご苦労でした。ミス・ベアトリーチェ、あなたの退路立たせていただきました。扉からも出られず、窓からも出られない。
Had your paths of retreat terminated? That's an interesting way of using that.
だからもう逃さない。
What about through the walls?
これ式でわらわを閉じ込めたつもりか。
Or the floor? Or the ceiling? Well, I guess if we think about it, windows are glass walls, and the floor and ceiling are horizontal walls. Cool. The Inquisitor of Heresy in Heaven and his subordinates surrounded the witch. We got new tip stuff. Oh, how about characters? Here we go. Wow. Okay then. Right, yeah. The other one. It was mentioned that she was already dead last time from memory. So that No, I showed Dlanor already. Nelia, member of the Eisenjungfrau, the 7th District Repentance Enforcement Agency of the Great Court of Heaven. Assistant Inquisitor, ranked Minister, 3rd class. She has obtained high grades in academic exercises, but this is her first time on the job. She possesses a strong sense of justice and is currently cramming for exams to become an Inquisitor like Dlanor. Her current goal is to become more like the veteran assistant, Gertrude. She actually has a zealous personality, but she pretends to be emotionless in imitation of Gertrude. She is too innocent and pure for one connected to heresy hearings, and she knows nothing of the dirty jobs and dark side of the profession. Gertrude intentionally selected her for this mission. It stinks of Senate conspiracy. What is this? Backstory. She did this to give Cornelia a chance to ask herself whether this sort of job really is the right one for her. And this is Gertrude, presumably? Yep. Member of the Eisenjungfrau, the 7th District Repentance Enforcement Agency of the Great Court of Heaven. Senior Assistant Inquisitor, ranked Minister 1st class. As an Assistant Inquisitor, she is tasked with aiding during interrogations and hearings. In practice, execution ends up being the primary focus of most missions, and so she is usually assigned the job of using barriers to block the target's means of escape. On duty, she is calm, flawless, expressionless, and emotionless. However, in truth, she is quite compassionate and is loved by many of her juniors. She has already passed the exam to become a full Inquisitor and was offered a position in a different district, but she refused. She continues to serve alongside Dlanor, to whom she owes a great debt, waiting for a reassignment under her. Therefore, though she is an assistant, she is treated as an Inquisitor, Archbishop 3rd class. Is there any update? In a contract with Beatrice. Sounds like it hasn't been updated. So, they have these weird frills along like these ones do. But they have a winged eagle. Interesting. They certainly don't. Nothing there either. Okay. And also, same ruffle. What's with all these witches and having weird ruffle clothes like that? None of these do. Anyway, the subordinates used a powerful barrier to cut off Beato's methods of escape. Demons tend to resist capture, and as a result, they sometimes escape. However, angels counter by blocking off passages of escape, allowing them to eradicate their targets without fail.
つまりこの書斎は夏日姉さんが昨夜就寝前のご挨拶とやらから
Except it isn't.
ルドルフが扉を開けるまでの間完全
ならお父さんがここにおらなあかんはずや。しかしお父さんの姿は影も形もない。こらどういうこっちゃというわけや。
And it's also possible that rather than necessarily lying to try to pin it on Natsui, she's bluffing in order to try to get Natsui to admit to it, something.
落ち着けと何度も言っておる。扉と窓を塞いだだけでこのベアトリーチェを閉じ込めたつもりなどと少子千万。金蔵遊ぶつもりだったがどうやら客人にその気はないようだ。引き際を誤らぬうちに失礼させてもらおうぞ。
この命惜しくはないが夏希のためにまだ死ねぬでな。
Sure. Berto waved her pipe and the air was split vertically. Then a pitch-black gate appeared there and slowly opened. I suppose, yes, that is the other option. You don't travel through any direction and simply go bend space from point A to point B. It was a warp portal, the same as the pitch-black holes that Garp used.
わらわの資料にはこう書かれていたはずだ。神出鬼没。どこへでも現れ、どこへでも消えるとな。わらわがある限り金蔵を捕らえることなど不可能よ。
Pitch black gate opened. That gate led from everywhere and to nowhere. Wait, so it leads from everywhere and goes to nowhere? Interesting, interesting. So it's like piping to null. No, dev/null. Both Beato and Kinzo would be sent to a place where no one could catch them. A place where no one could set foot in, much less chase after them.
ここは後宮家当主の書斎ですよ。そしてお父様が直々に設計に携われた部屋でもあります。
Secret passage?
扉を経ずとも外に出る仕掛けがあったとしても何の不思議もないとは思いませんか？
I mean, honestly, I'd probably use other methods of getting out of this first, and then maybe have this as an additional note.
そうだ。そうですとも。
Why are you agreeing?
親方様が隠し扉を持
Why
って
are
た
you
としても
agreeing?
何の不思議もありません。
Stop trying to gain favor, you.
隠し扉？
The guy who doesn't even know that he's there is piping up.
そんなものがどこにあるのよ。
I am not privy to such information.
それがわからないから秘密の隠し扉なのですよ。この屋敷にはお父様しかご存じない仕掛けや秘密の扉がいくつもあります。直接見た者はおりませんが、この屋敷の人間なら皆うすうすは知っています。そうですね。
Well, not no one in this has seen them directly, but no one currently in the mansion has seen them. Because, you know, he would have had someone create them, and they were a person. Okay, maybe they could be considered nobody, but it's not quite the same thing, right?
はい。
親方様しかご存じない隠し通路がある。確かに昔からささやかれております。
確かに金蔵さんはそういう類の仕掛けは好きそうですな。
しかも秘密の隠し扉でございますからね。
So far, if not using the information that there is the hidden door to, well, I guess, does the Golden Land hidden door count? What about the passage to Kuodorian? Which Nanjo should know about?
私たちごときが探しても見つからぬのは無理もないこと。
What did Nanjo say again?
なるほど。悪魔の証明ってわけね。私たちにはこの部屋に隠し扉が存在する可能性を否定できない。そんなのデタラメよ、でっち上げよ。
So Nanjo might know about the existence of one of them, and perhaps the only one.
お父様の死を隠してる嘘がバレそうだからってよくもそんなことを。
そうやってこの書斎のどこに隠し扉があるんや。その存在を証明してみんかい。
No. Try and prove it
証
doesn't
明不
exist.
要。
Yeah.
悪魔の証明であるぞ。隠し扉の存在は発見不能にして否定不能。
Now, it is possible to disprove. Not easily, and it would be destructive. Remove all walls, doors, yeah, remove all walls, ceilings and floors, and if there's no where to go from there, then there can't be a hidden door. But they don't have the means to do such a search.
よって金蔵がこの書斎より隠し扉で脱出した可能性を誰も否定することはできぬのだ。
Oh?
この部屋に隠し扉が存在することを許しません。
I will not allow a hidden door to exist in this dream. Well, would it still be possible for there to be a hidden door to exist in this room, even if you don't allow for it? Quirk of the English language, essentially. You're not the person with the authority for it, the ring? Beata's blue edge, which had been fired off as a farewell gift, was crushed with the flash of Dlanor's longsword, and the pitch-black gate was crushed as well. Yeah, so without the knowledge of another secret passage, does the passage to the gold count as the secret passage? Because Knox's commandments allow for no more than one secret passage or doorway, or like door thing. But until they discover that one, then there would be the opening to it, having another one. Yeah. Like, do you take the way to the gold as a hidden passageway, or do you consider that as a puzzle of some kind? Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments, and until next time, see ya.